everybody, it's Liz Davis here. I am a nutritionist and a gut health specialist. I help busy women with their gut problems and any associated issues, of which there are many. And I use nutrition and lifestyle and supplements to bring the body back into balance again and get rid of all these horrible, niggly symptoms you might be having. So today I was just going to talk about one of the big ones, a really common one, which is persistent yeast infections. So if you're getting annoying symptoms like ongoing tiredness, energy dips, really craving sweet yeasty food and finding it hard to lose weight, or mood problems, things like that, these things can all be down to yeast infection, commonly called what we would call candida. Candida is a term that's often bandied around, but it's not often correct. Sometimes it's candida, it can be other things as well, but I'll come to that in just a second. So if you're getting any of these symptoms, they quite often will sneak up on you. They'll start barely noticeable and then get worse and worse and worse. So sometimes you probably wouldn't even notice you had them till you got rid of them, that kind of thing. You just kind of get used to them and you live with them. So if you do have candida, then what causes it? So often it's from taking ongoing medications. So if you have lots of courses of antibiotics, or if you have very heavy courses of antibiotics, like one-off, or you may have be taking the contraceptive pill on an ongoing basis, that kind of thing, steroids, anything like that can give rise to this kind of it's a gut infection in the gut, obviously, and it can take over. So it can also be down to eating a lot of sugary foods, a lot of high carb foods, lots of alcohol, sugary alcohol, things like that will do it. So yeah, that'll be your main kind of triggers for having an issue like that going on. So what then would signal that you are suffering from it? Well, chronic fatigue. If I have chronic fatigue clients, often there will be an underlying yeast or candida overgrowth. So that is one of the, it won't be the only reason you get chronic fatigue, but certainly tiredness to any degree can be down to a yeast infection. If you have mood problems, so if you get anxiety or depression or up and down moods, or you're just not happy particularly, your outlook isn't great, again, often this can be down to an underlying candida infection. Often people will think that candida is only associated with thrush, vaginal thrush. And yes, it's true, it does cause that, but that's by no means the only symptom. It's a common symptom, but there are dozens of other symptoms that can cause this as well. Ditto UTIs. If you're getting recurrent UTIs or urinary tract infections, often it can be down to candida as well. So if you're plagued by that kind of thing, it's worth looking into this to see if candida is or something similar as an underlying issue. Ditto sinus infections. There's actually been a lot of research lately which shows that there's a huge link between candida and sinus. It likes to settle in the sinus cavities and create all those really annoying symptoms for you. Ditto any kind of IBS symptoms, so ongoing bloating, diarrhea, constipation, anything like that. Often it's candida which is the underlying cause. So what else is it? Oh yeah, huge brain fog as well. Brain fog, inability to concentrate properly, just feeling a bit spaced out all the time would be a huge indicator that it could be candida. Ditto if you've got a lot of skin fungal infections or nail fungal infections as well. They're not just isolated to those particular locations. It will all have started in the gut. So we need to go in and do some work on the gut to get rid of it. And then you see all these symptoms, hopefully make a quick exit and not bother you again. you might also, if you treat it, you could see PMS symptoms disappear, and perimenopause, menopause symptoms as well. They will all hopefully make a quick exit or not be quite so bad once you've got rid of the underlying candida infections. It can, I mean, the problems it causes can be quite widespread. Okay, so what to do then if you think you have a yeast infection or you suspect? The first thing to do is to do a test to find out for definite that that's what it is, because it may not be that. It can be a parasite, it could be a different kind of bacteria causing you problems, but you wouldn't know until you tested. So important to get tested first to find out that's definitely what you're dealing with. And then all the sugar has to go, sorry, for a period of time. And well, when you do that, usually you will get horrendous die-off symptoms for a few days. You will feel dreadful, but that's a good sign because that means it's working. It's all being processed and leaving your system. But because it can be quite taxing on your system, so we need to support your liver, we need to support your detox pathways, and make sure it's all being moved out as effectively as it possibly can and keeping those nasty symptoms to a minimum. And then obviously changing the diet, upgrading the diet, making sure that that candida can't get a stranglehold again. We want to really boost the good bacteria, so we keep the bad bacteria at bay and the bad yeast at bay, so that the good guys will crowd it all out and make sure it can't get back in again. As a result of candida, sometimes you might get a bit of a damaged gut. I've spoken about leaky gut before, but that can be an issue as well. So we would go in and then fix that with some nice healing herbs or something like some bone broth, unless you're vegetarian, of course. But that's a nice healing one to use to heal the gut. So what else would we do? And then maybe use a probiotic supplement as well, just to give your gut bacteria a bit of a boost. And then maintain it, keep that gut really healthy, keep that candida at bay. So lots of nice different coloured fruit and veg, probiotic foods, so fermented foods, sauerkraut and kefir and natural yogurt and all that kind of thing, to really keep that gut nice and healthy and prevent these symptoms from coming back again. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you kind of shed a bit of light on what could be causing your symptoms. And if you do want to speak to me about any of this, if you need any help, then do book yourself into my diary. I'll put a link in the comments and I will be quite happy to speak to you. Okay, I shall see you next time. Bye.